Yo, guys, welcome to the Let's Excel show. I'm your host, Excel Lopez. Yo, my boy Don J. How you doing, my brother? Yo, since we were 5 out here.
Just about, yeah.
Yo,
That's crazy.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, man, like this is what, you are out here, we live. Yo, man. So, out here, let me just talk my shit right here real quick.
Talk it.
This is welcome to the Let's Excel show, a platform for our people where we strive to excel, man.
I like that. I'm loving this.
I appreciate you liking this shit, bro. You ready to excel?
I'm ready to excel.
Yo, let's excel then.
Let's do it.
Let's go, man. Yo, man. I'm happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Yo, man. I like you're one of those people that I always enjoyed you as an energy, as like a soul and shit. Cause like you're fucking like always like get me with good energy, with good vibes, with everything you post and anything you do.
I want to say boomerang, although it sounds cliche, but you've always exuded good energy too. Like,
yeah, man. I always appreciated you, and I always I'm always fond of like you doing what you want to do and you choosing your path and shit, and like that shit is like inspirational to people and shit.
Thank you, man.
So like big ups to you on that and shit.
It ain't easy.
Cause it ain't easy, yeah. Like, how did you do that in these crazy streets, bro? Like, tell me something crazy that you've seen recently that you're like, damn, thank God that ain't me.
I was gonna say something else, but yesterday, right? So I have this thing. I get a little frustrated sometimes when somebody who may be homeless or unfortunate or asking for money, if they ask me for money at like the wrong time, or like wrong place, like somebody just asked me something yesterday and I already got in the car and I'm like, man, you could have been asking, you could have met me in the store 2 minutes ago. Why you didn't say nothing? But earlier, so I shot a Sweet 16 yesterday.
Okay, nice.
On 145th and Broadway. So
lit.
This person walks by. He's like, "Yo, excuse me, can you give me $1?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'll give you a better one, man. I got this EBT card. We gonna go in that store, whatever you want." He's like, "What's the limit?" I'm like, "You asked for $1." I said, "Make it $5," just to see what it said. And he wound up getting like a 3 liter of ginger ale.
Nah.
And the pack of Pringles. And that was it. I'm like, yo, you sure you don't want a banana? No fruit? Because this is one of them delis that, they making juices, sandwiches. And he was like, no, I'm good.
He brought the nostalgia back, bro. He was like, my Pringles and Canada Dry.
So I say that to say this. There's people really out there. I'm good. I mean, they're good with less, no matter how much you extend yourself.
Yeah, I hear that.
But to me, that's crazy because that's like a 6-year-old diet or something. Like that.
That's a 6-year-old starter kit.
I think it was the raspberry ginger ale. It was like a whole 3 liter, and then like a Pringles thing.
Yo, you did that for them, bro. Like, yo, that shit. That's good shit.
Because a lot. I mean, I sincerely like. If it would have been more than, I don't know what it was, but I like entertaining them a little bit because they interesting people. They be having stories. But he literally got that, put it on the counter, walked out the store. Like, I'll wait for you in the front. Like, you get what you get. I was like, all right. But that was crazy to me. That was mad New York. That was extra New York.
Absolutely, like
27-degree weather, whatever it was last night. It could have been 20. But he wanted the soda, and it was cold.
Yo, it's been frigid out here, man.
He didn't get the warm soda on the shelf. He got the cold joint, Pringles, and that was it.
That's it. That's a win. You got him a win, bro. You did good for him, man. That's solid.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the last year,
right.
Like I went for an interview, like in Brooklyn. This time I was popped.
Right.
Like me and Steven, like, we out here like we out here with the
After
brain
the
trust, with the
pandemic,
brain
yeah.
trust shit with this. So we're like, all right, we know what we want. I'm like, yo, I'm here grinding, trying to get a job and shit. And yo, legitimately had just money for a Metro card, but like I'm dappered up because I'm in an interview. I got a fucking like suit and shit,
Looking
whatever.
good.
Had to do it.
Yeah.
So I go, whatever. I aced that interview, pulled back up, and then when I'm back up, like I legit like might have only had $1 in my wallet, but like I'm looking like a fucking agent or a lawyer and shit. And then some dude goes, "Yo, man, like, how you doing? Yo, can I get $1 and shit?" I go, "If you only knew, bro, me giving you $1 equals to me with 0. Like, you're richer than me now. If I give you this $1, like, you have no clue. Like, I know I look like I got it, but I have nothing."
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate those moments.
Yo, that was that, bro.
So that's kind of like when, because I beat myself up, but sometimes people may have mental issues too. Mm-hmm. But because they don't know, it's like I went to college for like, marketing, advertisement.
Yeah.
So they don't know that if you in the train station asking for food, you better off asking for it in front of a store.
Yeah, that's where
So
food is at.
You know what I'm saying? Like that might be if you sincerely hungry.
Yeah,
Instead about a turnstile where people are trying to come and go. That's not.
It makes sense. I remember one dude he was asking for food. I was on a date.
Right.
And so whatever dude was like, "Yo, food and shit," like asking for food. And we just came from Red Lobster, me and the shorty. So I went, just had my food there. It was a good portion. I go, "Yo, you want this?" Some dude goes across the aisle. He said, "Yo, he's giving up the Red Lobster." He said, "Yo, he gave up the Red Lobster." He said, "Nah." He said, "You different." Like, and I was like, "Nah, bro, he's hungry. I ate it. I had my fill. Like, it is. Like, yeah, like whatever. Hope he does well with that shit at the time." He was like, "Nah, he goes, yo, that's real shit, bro." I was like,
It's some value.
He said some value. That back means something. Yo, man, let's talk about you though, bro. Like about your shit, man. Like, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a you say between a rock and a hard place. I'm a little bit. Damn. I don't even know if the rock is good or the hard place. I might be in a hard place, but inside my energy and all that is good. There's some things I'm trying to figure out. It'd be a little bit cold and, after the holidays, literally cold. Not that much motion, not as much work as the summertime for like in my field.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good because you harvest and put ideas together and try to build things. Even today, I woke up and said, "Yo, let me fix my website," and it was something else. I texted to myself. I know website was there, and it was Reels. Work on some Reels, like not Reels like IG Reels, but Reels like demos to shop, like portfolio.
Got you.
And then I just moved, so it's like financially things been kind of like on the decline, and it's like New York could break your spirit. But energy wise, I'm super good. I'm happy.
Yo, I hear you, bro. Like, yo,
I always try to stay positive and stuff like that.
For sure, bro. Because like that energy takes you a long way. Because like,
I ain't gonna lie, somebody like it was a woman too. She took me on like a business meeting, a business date the other day, and I don't know what she thought it was, but I mean, she may have some mental issues, but she kind of had me in a funk yesterday because I posted something in my stories and she thought it was about her, but I think she may have some like insecurities. So she texted like boom, 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 like boom, boom.
like rapid fire shit.
Right. And I'm on the phone with like Johnny Nunez, who's like, he's like a big photographer guy. Like he's like hip hop royalty, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So Johnny's talking to me. He's trying to get me to do something like important because he's in LA. She's texting me. And I'm not trying to ignore her, but she pretty much said everything she had to say. She got it out there. And I'm like, hold on, I'm on the phone. Like it wasn't pretty. But it was also like when I was calling, you wasn't picking up. Oh, I'm editing. and doing this and doing this. I could barely have this one conversation and text you back, but all of a sudden she says she's on a Zoom call. She's putting together a video thing and she's cursing me out at the same time. But I say that to say this: people will give you that energy and fuck up your day, and then it's like throwing rocks and hot in your head. It's like, fuck you, you this. And I'm like, I didn't want to yell at her back or text her angry, but I wanted to get down to the problem, but I wanted to do it by calling. And it was just like, oh no, I'm doing this. So that kind of had me fucked up. Just I was like,
that shit threw you for a loop, right?
I was like, yo, that blew my.
I hear that shit, man. That shit is kind of it's aggravating and shit because you're like, wait up, what's going on here? Like you got to talk about it, like communication, right?
Like you got to say how you wanted to communicate, but on your terms, you know, and that's whack. Like, I want my leg back. Like, I'm not a vindictive person. Like I tell people all the time, like, you know, whether it be like my former students or my brothers, or you know, like being vindictive and I'm gonna get this person back and keeping like that gets you nowhere. That's not like that only works to me like in sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get them back. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Kobe cracked AI. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's like that competitive energy like that. But anywhere else, you know what I'm saying? It's usually not like a positive thing where you just being vindictive and stuff. So
nah, I hear that shit, man.
I try to be positive.
No, because like that energy just harvests like bad energy. Like that makes you like just like fester with like just like hate, anger, and you're not thinking properly anymore. You're only thinking about the negative shit about everything.
Right.
Like like if somebody go say some shit, like this shit it was funny though, cause I learned like from the past that I was like, people will give me shit and they'll tell me shit, and I'm here just like I'll laugh about it, cause I always think is like, yo, that like we out here, like if you talk shit to me like that, and I could talk shit back to you like that, cause that's love and shit. But sometimes I'm like, damn, I felt like people couldn't hang with the shit I was saying. I'm here just like, wait up, I thought we were cool. I thought this is how conversations are with each other. Like, you know, with like I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta dial it back. I guess I'm the, you know, like I guess I'm the one that like that be wanting DK.
I'm the bad guy.
Right? I'm like, all right, I would
hello to the bad guy.
Yo, man. So like I want to talk about from the roots of your process and stuff of your journey with your photography, man. How where did that start? Like where did that love for photography come real for you?
Honestly, you know, in our neighborhood, Hunts Point, the
shout
Bronx.
Out Point,
shout out to Hunts Point. This whole table is got the Bronx flag. A lot of people don't know that's the Bronx. That's the Bronx flag right there.
That was a beautiful thing because you said that like before we was even on. You was like, yo, that's the Bronx flag right there. Like that.
Those color, but that might have something to do with because there's a lot of Mets fans. I'm a Mets fan, and a lot of Knicks fans. You're the Bronx. Steven over there looking with the evil eye. Oh, he might be a Yankee fan. I love the Yankees too, but you know, I go for the underdog. So Mets and Knicks.
When's the last time you've been to City Field?
A Rolling Loud concert though. It wasn't a game. I had an opportunity to go to a game. Was it last summer? I haven't been. I've been to a Yankee game with my brother David, maybe twice, frequently. But I miss the Mets. It's been a while, but for
we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
We gonna go to the game. But
back photography. Go ahead.
I love photography. The Point did that. The community center in our neighborhood, Hunts Point. They had a photography program, you know, black and white, dark room. This is like maybe 97, 97, 98. I feel like 97. The year always changes when people ask me this, but I think 97. So the Point had a partnership with International Center of Photography. International Center of Photography is like a prestigious institute, school, museum, and a school based out of New York, and they've been around for quite some time, and they decided, you know, to partner with the Point early in the game, over 20 something, like maybe 25 years ago, more than that, and that's how that happened. So I used to go to the Point for a lot of things, like, you know, breakdancing. I feel like did you take breakdancing too? I feel like yeah. Crazy Legs was there. You know, they had art classes. We were all in the point. Theater, photography is kind of like the thing that I stuck with though. But it almost didn't happen because I kept opening up I kept on exposing the film to the role of light, and they told me like, "Yo, if you do this one more time, you can't come back here."
Why? Because that's expensive.
Yeah, because this is like, I mean, they were getting it for free, but it's somebody still paying for it, you know. And you only get 36 rolls. It's not like 36 clips. It's not like on here you could take 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 photos on the digital camera. But back in the days, it was like, yo,
The
you only have
right?
36 times and I probably messed up 2 or 3 rows. So it could have been like the third time, like, yo, if you do this again, you can't come back.
That's wild.
But I wound up loving it, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't too athletically inclined, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you probably whooped my ass in ball back then or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, my brothers, Don Taylor's my oldest brother.
Shout out.
Because we would play ball, the garbage cans in front of our building type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I stuck to the arts. So that spoke to me. Photography, yeah.
No, that's what's up, man. Yeah, because I was like, yo, man, you were one of the people that actually like used the point like for like its maximum for sure. capabilities. Like I was one that really didn't, unfortunately.
No, it's all good.
I was just like, but it was like it's like, you know, gift to the curse. You know, you go and you're like, it's just the point. Like, you know, you like I'm thinking like, you know, closed minded at the time. But you, like I remember you being in there grinding, doing work and shit. And I was like, yo, man, my man's doing shit.
No, but it was girls there. No, but you know what? I say it because it's crazy because I don't know, we getting older, but it's like it's a good thing. It's not like I mean, I've run into some people that's stuck in the past and they'll be like, damn, the point needs to bring back whatever, sleepaway camp or something. I think that they're trying to relive their like a fantasy in their head, but I'm thinking about things that the point can do or what they are doing or what they can bring back really because I'm like a product of it. And I'm like, yo, this could save some of the youth. You know, we going through some times.
Yo, man, that's absolutely that's the fucking goal right now. Yeah. The mission is like, we need to like uplift the youth, give them some hope that there's things out here that's beneficial for you to like really like come up. And like we don't know what your superpower is. You know, like nobody knows what that is for you right now. So it's like we need to unlock that. We need to like be able to do something, harvest it and harness it to make you better. Cause like, you know, if like for instance, like if you were the class clown and shit in school and you know, you funny as shit. Everybody's just telling you, the teacher's just telling you to shut the fuck up.
Right.
But they're not saying, you know what? You could be funny in this. Why don't you practice some jokes? And maybe you could do this. Maybe we could get you could do 5 minutes in front of the class.
Yo, I never thought of that. But like, you're right.
Just have that moment for the kids to like, just to get his rocks off.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, you know what? I could do this again. And then like, you could build up that nerve to then be better going forward.
Because you never know what you can be if the tools aren't presented to you all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So like, I mean, you don't find it where community programs are offering photography, at least back in the days, especially film. And that program still goes on to this day. Dark room and everything, developing film. So it kind of preserved art that in a sense might be dying out because we're like in a digital age now. So
man. Like
give the kids the tools or, you know, and they'll come and now you could. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you could like manifest shit for them and stuff. Like what was like your like first like role of like pics that you took that you could remember that you were like, yo, like I got something here that like you were proud of your shots.
I like, you know what? To me, I just liked it, whatever. But I think the confirmation from like the adults or the older people. Maybe because I was so young, like maybe, you know, like around 9 years old, and then the class wasn't structured, so there was probably 25-year-olds in there. They just started. it's not like now where it's like adult class, teen class. So it was probably like we were starting with these people from all walks of life. There was probably like 50-year-olds in there too, just like 50-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and I was the youngest person. But they saw something that I'm just doing it because I'm thinking it's dope. But they saw something and like, damn, for your age, you know, you are on to something. Because they featured me on like a PBS special called City Arts. And I'm just doing my thing, but they kind of was like reassured, like, yo, yeah, you have an eye. There's something special about you, for real, for real. And it could have been because of the age, you know, that could have been it too. But my first roles, I remember, sometimes were abstract. Sometimes it was people, but I was a little bit shy back then when it came to like putting the camera in people's faces or approaching people. I do know I loved a certain film that, you know, and comes with growing up poor. There's a certain film texture. I used the T-Max, I think 3200. So that film is good for shooting in the dark because it comes out grainy, just the temperature. You could shoot it in the dark. But I realized I could use that film to shoot in the daytime too because it was good enough for the dark. And I'm like, you know, that's like a poor, innovative kind of thing. So I do know that was kind of like a part of my style, like grainy. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, I hate your grainy style. I disagree with your grainy. Nah, fuck with you. Nah, that's fucking fire, man.
I be beating myself.
I'm sure, because like I'm sure, like when it comes to like your art with shit like that, like you good?
Yeah.
When it comes to your art and shit, like, you know, things like you're a perfectionist when it comes to your shit. I'm sure, right? That is just like. You get like a little tedious with it and meticulous, right?
And that's a gift, but it's also a curse. Damn, because sometimes you overthink. You know, you do all this overthinking, or you do all this work for a moment, and now that moment sometimes is just uploading. All right, damn, on Instagram. You know, I don't give a lot of my work to the internet. Instagram because I feel like there's still a place for, you know, tangible stuff like these books. You know, I'm not reading the Kindle, I'm buying books, and you know, I'm printing this out. So even what I give to like the internet or on the website or on IG is just a tad bit. It's not even the best of the best, but I still think I put a lot of thought into it. So overthinking sometimes could be overkill.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
All right, here's the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like the moment is like you busting a nut, like all right, it's over. I did all that overthinking for that. Oh man, it's over.
You go that like yo at the end of like, right. But like you were saying, at the end of it, you still busting a nut though, yeah, so it's still like, great. It's your intellectual now.
Time to do it again.
Yeah, he goes. time to plan this shit out. Right, let's have a date with myself and like let's figure how this shit out.
Let's do it again. How am I gonna roll out the next whatever photos or something like that?
For sure, yeah. So like, where like has photography taken you? Like in all walks of life, like where have you been? That like
physically,
yeah,
mentally,
spiritually,
spiritually. Yeah. I feel, you know what? It's something about. For a very, 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 very long time, I never paid for a plane ticket.
Wow.
And I still got all those physical for a very long time. And I say that to say this because, you know, people trust you. And there was sometimes it was like, all right, you know, you traveling by your own, yourself, we'll meet you there. Or I might go with like an artist or something like that. But, you know, they're like, they kind of saw the vision, and that just made me believe in myself more. But I done been to Ghana for like 3 weeks for work. I done been to Cuba twice. I done been to, I think, Mexico twice. One time for a real estate conference, or maybe 3 times even. Jamaica twice. One time for a wedding in Montego Bay. Another time to shoot a rap video. I prefer the rap video though, because I like going to like I don't like resorts and.
Yeah.
So I was in Jamaica. We went to Spanish Town, and we was all over Kingston. We was outside, but
They be flying you out like a IG model, bro. Damn, yo, what's that called? What's that shit? Like, what's that shit? It goes cash flights, not feelings. That's what they do with you.
Oh, I'm catching flights.
You on your bad bitch alert.
I was yeah, shit.
Nah, so you went to Amsterdam.
I had a show out there, and I taught out there. Photography, yeah. So I think those are physical places. Damn, so many places. But even in the States, like small towns, and I've probably been to like 40 out of the 50 states, maybe 35 or something. I want to buy one of those maps and just being on the road and damn, so many places, yo.
I brought you to a lot of work, like doing some work, and that, like those relationships. Like, how did you build those relationships, like from the photography and shit? Like,
just being available, being around. I say this because for me, it was like I came. If I started at 9 years old, I had a head start before a lot of people. But somewhere down the line, I kind of fell back. I had to deal with life, grow up. But also things were changing and like digital, and I come from a black and white, so I had to play catch up. So I really think just building those relations, people believe in me, even when I knew, it might be some messed up things I've done. Not messed up things, but there's things that I've done back then that I probably could have done better if I had the knowledge I had now. Mm-hmm. But I was like relearning it, but people seen I was available. And like, yo, he's available. He's gonna be presentable. He's, mentally, I'm there. I'm cool with people. I don't have like a stink attitude. I'm gonna show up on time, and people were just kind of buying into that. And I think once people seen, oh, you traveling over here, I think that that kind of boosted it a lot because it's like, all right, he's responsible. And those are like big things. So just maintaining those relationships, showing up on time, being good, checking in. You know what I'm saying? I was coming from a Sweet 16 last night, and then I worked with Davies. He has a store, and I seen his store was open. So I'm with another photographer who I kind of brought under me, and I'm like, let's stop by. And she was like, nah. I'm like, yo, it takes 2 minutes. So I was showing her, telling her, like, although like he'll call me for work or sometimes it's good to just check in. So I went to the store. I'm like, yo, what's up? You good? You're just chilling today? It's not no event. He's like, yeah, I'm just chilling. So I'm like, those are the things that count.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just a little thing, just to say what up.
So he could have been hot out his mom, but he gonna remember I stopped by. I was only there for 2 minutes, but those are the things. If you're in the neighborhood, check on somebody.
Yeah, just say what up. Like, nah, that's you gotta like just be open and just be like, like give that positive vibe if need be, if there and shit. And so like with like, what was your first paid gig and like how nerve-wracking was that?
I can't call it. Actually, whoops. Damn. There was times where I've gotten paid to shoot other people's artwork, but there were also times it was probably like a Sweet 16 or a baby shower or some kind of event, like a party or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, that's what's up. Fucking
yeah, that was probably one of the first paid gigs.
And like, and how was it? Was the party lit?
Right, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I done been to a lot of parties. It was probably a party, the truth be told. If not a photo shoot, it was probably like a party. I remember one time, somebody paid me, and this is supposed to be like, this person's like from Harlem, Bronx. He paid me, I feel like, whatever. I mean, I was desperate. I was young. And then I feel like he wanted the money back. For some reason, whatever it was, it kind of rubbed me wrong. Back then, like, is that even? I'm like, damn, that ain't right. Like, but that kind of, I beat myself up about it. But I grew up to believe like something's wrong with him. There's nothing really wrong with me.
Got you. So, we're about to go cut for like a little break and shit. Okay, but we're gonna be back with another segment of the Let's XL show with XL Lopez with Don J.
Yeah.
We out here.
Let's do it.
Back out, guys. Welcome back to the Let's XL show with myself. My name XL Lopez. With my boy Don J.
Don J did it. Don't you forget
Don J
it.
did it. You fucking yo. Matter of fact, actually, say all your handles and shit before we even forget any of that.
Facebook, Don J Gilmore, and then Instagram, Don J did it. DonJaiDidit. And then like on Google, Don J DonJai Gilmore. It might even be Joseph Gilmore. All my brothers, we have like 2 names growing up in the house, so that's a whole nother story. But yeah, Google. Yeah,
Google me. You're one of the people that can say that. Humbly speaking.
It's all over the place.
Like I say that shit, you see spreadsheet. You're like, are you speaking about Microsoft?
No, you are like the only. You were Excel before. You were only Excel I still know. Even like anybody with an abbreviation of the name X. I mean, I had an Uncle Xavier, but it's like Excel.
That's me, right?
Yeah, that's.
I got rid of everybody else. That's why I'm like, I had to. I gotta feel unique somehow, some way, because I'm basic as fuck crazy. Everywhere else.
And your mother named you that? Like, is that you know any other XLs? No, right?
That's a funny thing.
When did you know you had a unique name?
I didn't. It's funny because I didn't notice. I'm just here.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like okay. So like at a point, like people would ask me all the time. I already knew the real origin of it. So in the beginning, people were like, "Yo, so how did your mom come up with your name?" And I go and I say, at the time, there was a pain relief medicine called Excel that she would take while she was pregnant with me.
Serious? No.
It was a joke. I was fucking around. People would believe that shit. She goes, yo, this shit make me feel great. This Excel medicine make me great. Like, I'm going to call my kid Excel. People would be like, you dead ass? I go, nah, I'm just fucking with you. But like, apparently there was a friend of hers named like Axel. Dominican is an AXCEL, I believe. So instead of like A, you drop that shit, put an E and Excel. Because me and my brothers, we're all E names.
Yes.
Like we're all boys, you're all boys.
Yes.
So,
but you never had one sister?
I had a half sister from dad's side.
Okay, I always felt like there was like one girl roaming around.
One of my brothers a girly, that's why.
No.
I'm just fucking around. You see, I ain't say no names. You see, I ain't say that. So I can make them, so I don't shout one of them out, make them feel different. Man. Nah, man, that was the origin of it. And then people go and like, people gonna be like, hey, spreadsheet and all that stuff. And I don't care.
Pause.
That shit.
Spreadsheet.
They go and they say that shit.
I mean, it's a unique name. Because I don't think anybody ever even made fun of it for being unique. Like, at least you said that spreadsheet was probably when people got older or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think as a youth, kids pick at each other. I don't think it's just it's a dope name, but it's kind of like ordained. Like, let's excel.
Yo, man.
Like
I go and I was like, yo, it's funny. A friend of mine, like we're like in this group. And this dude, he's kind of like, he's like a straight-laced dude. Like, he's chill, cool dude and shit. Like, I just met him and stuff. And like, told him about this space that I'm trying to create. Like, me and Steve trying to create and shit. And he's like, so I'm here thinking about names that didn't use my name for the show. And he's like, yo, I think you're really missing an opportunity here. Like, you have a layup and you want to take a full court back over the head shot right now. He goes, he said, use your name, like do something with it. And I was like, all right, and then this all came about.
Let's excel.
Yeah, man. So it's like, and it really does like resonate with what I'm trying to do with like the community and shit and like our people. Like I want them to like progress and like, try to fill out your maximum potential.
Dope.
Whatever that is for you, So like that's why like, like I admire your stuff and shit because like you are like figuring your shit out and you're maximizing your potential and like your like ambitions and things. Like you found your lane that you are passionate about.
Right.
And like you making something out of it. So like that, like, like kudos to you for that, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I see that shit and they make it. That's what I'm saying. Cause it's like that kind of stuff is like, yo, you're doing something that you enjoy like that. I go, yo, why not me? Why not anybody else?
Right.
So it's like, and you came from the mud with me.
Yeah.
Like we out here, like we were 2 buildings apart.
Wow, yeah. 855, yeah.
Yeah, we 2 buildings apart. So
855 Hunts Point Avenue.
Aye.
10474.
that should never change, right? That shit always stays embedded, right?
That. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, man. So like growing up, like we was in the same like elementary classes together.
Probably
like,
from 1st to 4th grade, maybe.
Every year.
You didn't go to 123, right?
I
Junior
didn't.
high school. All right, cool.
Nah, I went to 174. I went to White Plains Road out there and shit.
Right. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, something like that, whatever. Yeah, that's a fact. Wow.
Nah, yeah, man. We was on the time, man.
You was always great in math.
Yeah, thanks.
I definitely admired that about you for sure. You was like the man in math.
Yo,
math and science wasn't really but you know what? On the photography side of things, when I started developing film, that's kind of how I got a little bit good with math, with fractions, because we had to dilute chemicals, and it'll be like, all right, 1 water to 3, whatever, 3 developer, something like that, 2 to 6. Then develop film, it'll be like, all right, 7 minutes like this, or 2 minutes like that. I started getting better with numbers, and then adulthood. Fast forward after that. Like once you really start making money, although I owe taxes every damn year, it starts to make more sense with numbers. But you would like you were like a genius.
Yo, man, appreciate it, man. I kind of fell back on it a little bit. I was good. Like, you remember I used to play that 24 game? You remember that shit?
You were good at that too.
I was busting ass on that shit.
That's cool, because even if because like you were saying earlier, like a student might be a comedian or something like that, and the teacher, if they could figure out how to flip it, it's like, even for me, like, because now I really, some people would say in school or in hindsight, they're teaching us all this math or algebra, and you're not going to be able to use it in real life. But it's like when real life situations came, I was able to kind of understand it more.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's due to photography, for sure.
Yeah, like you see, like that shit, like, yo, everything that you do is a lesson. They're gonna give you lessons, even like a shit ton, like way more than me and shit, and like vice versa in another space and shit. Like, but like somebody could open up your eyes for like just an idea that, like, thinking abstractly, thinking outside, and you're like, yo, when good minds come together and shit, like good brilliant things happen and shit like that. Right. So like, how was that, like, before you was like, the student, and then like now you say you have proteges that you have under the wing. Like, how's that like that role reversal like been for you?
It's cool because I feel like I learn. If I feel like if anybody feels like they're the smartest person in the room, get out that room. You're in the wrong room if you can't learn from other people. And I feel like I learn from people that's younger than me, and I learn from people that's older than me. The good thing about that role reversal is I can help people save time and money, because I kind of experienced so many things. Like we were talking about earlier, buying different equipment and having memory cards, hard drives fail on you, lenses break on you that weren't properly built, cameras, that didn't have enough megapixels. So now the pictures that you want to upload now don't look as good as something that's more So I've learned, I went through all that. I spent so much money so you guys can have the aperture lights. So I've crawled so y'all can walk now. But
which is no, but it's real though.
Game like, oh, I could look at somebody's setup, other students or people, because I taught photography for like, I've always taught sporadically, through different institutions, Friends of Rikers Island Academy, Leak and Watts. But through the point, we built a program in Red Hook. And ironically, we came into Brooklyn after Hurricane Sandy left. And then we left Brooklyn after the pandemic happened. So, and that kind of left on a whatever kind of note. I didn't really have a full closure with some of my students and stuff like that. But the role reversal was like, I was one of y'all. Now I'm getting older and I have all this knowledge. And it's like, listen, don't do this, don't do that. You might want to do this. I could give people some guarantee. Like, I don't want anybody to mess up. But even if people are looking for like, people come to me for advice all the time, even if they don't hire me. They be like, yo, what should I look for? If you can't do my wedding, what should I look for in the wedding photographer? Or what should I look for in this? And I'm like, I'm giving them game. So I'm good because knowledge, like holding knowledge in a sense in different books is like a sin, truth be told.
No, for sure. Because if you could help somebody out, is like, I don't see why not, like, especially like you said, you're like saving people's time, money, energy.
Yep.
Because like when you give good advice and stuff, like I said, you cut all the bullshit out.
Yeah.
Like, like you fucking giving out people, like, you could shout out somebody like, yo, this person's good at doing this. Like, I think you should fuck with them if they can't fuck with you at the time, like when you're like quadruple booked or some shit,
Right.
So it's like that's the kind of shit that that's that good karma, that good energy that that just like it just keeps coming back to you, in spades and shit. So like, what's like your dream shot that you want to like photograph?
Damn.
What would be a dream shot for you? Like, give me like 5.
Damn. I don't know. You know what it is for me? That's kind of crazy. Or it's kind of like I'm living a dream. The artists, in hip hop at least, that I grew up listening to, I'm working with them. I worked with them in some capacity. Maybe because I'm older and I know how to navigate and I got a lot of connections and it's happening. So to me, that's like living a dream in a sense as well. Because I get to, I'm at the age now where a lot of these artists are on like their second run and hip hop is a little bit different. Like when we grew up listening to it, a lot of these cats were like, some of these cats were in the streets or doing good, but a lot of them have a submergence. Like maybe they do podcasts now. Maybe back then they were talking about private jet everything, but now it's no more private jet. Maybe back then they were 20 deep. Now they like 5 deep, or now they're doing shows that's more accessible. They're not maybe as hot, or maybe they're rebranding themselves. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's a dream to kind of work with the artists that I grew up listening to.
Oh, okay, so just being in that space with them, like really.
Yeah, I haven't. I got to think about that question, like some dream shots. But that's a dream in itself. Like just working with artists that I grew up listening to.
Nah, that's what's up. Like, what's been your favorite like photo shoot with some artists, or your favorite like music video that you like? Because you shoot a lot of music videos.
I do music videos too. Damn it, so many. You know what?
Don't let me stump you, Joe.
No. I'm
like, cause bro, I'm always like, I'm one of your biggest fans, like as a friend and shit. Cause I love like when you doing some shit, I'll be cheering from the sidelines. Like I'm like, he fucking did it again, and I'm like, yeah, he fucking working with Joe. They better.
I've worked, and I got this video too. So during the pandemic, I worked with DMX, right?
Nice.
So
R.I.P. Bro.
Yeah, R.I.P. DMX. Word love from Let's Excel Show gives a shout out to X. R.I.P. DMX. So this is my first time going to Nashville. Right, I don't know why these guys chose to work in Nashville, but Nashville is amazing, by the way.
I've heard amazing things.
And there's a moment, you know what I'm saying? I had like a jacket, like smaller than this, maybe extra small. And I don't know where the hell I went. I turned around, went to the bathroom, came back, but DMX was trying on my jacket. And he was like, dude, he had the dunks on. He had my jacket on. He was like doing this dance. I'm going to send you the video. And to me, that, because I was there, documenting the process of him making this album and stuff.
Okay.
So to me, though, that's like a moment, like unexpected. X is unexpected. He's a good person. But
yeah,
that
man.
was just kind of that just boosted my high. I was like, yo, this guy's crazy.
That's funny. That's funny as shit.
What else? You know what? I ran into. This is crazy. This has happened the other day too. Actually, at a Wu-Tang premiere.
Look at that shit.
I'm not gonna say this actor's name because I think he did this deed out of just being kind or whatever. But it was I ran into this actor. He was at the Wu-Tang premiere
for the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in the show, but he was definitely at the premiere. But I seen this guy one time at the Point. We sat around like this, and he referenced that. I mean, I referenced that, and I think he kind of remembered, like, yeah, I was probably there messing with maybe Tat's crew. And then I told him I seen him again at the camera store, but I didn't want to bother him because it looked like he was doing like a transaction. I photographed him the other night, and he DM'd me. I sent him the pictures the next morning. He was like, yo, what's your Cash App? And I kid you not, he sent me $444 for like maybe 7 pictures or something like that. And it was like, yo, I appreciate you. And that was a moment where I felt appreciated, like, bro, like that's because I don't know where this guy's at financially. You know what I'm saying? But he did that for me. And he played in the movie In Too Deep. That's one of his good roles. I'll tell you that much. But
dope. Nah, that's what's up.
I felt
man.
Appreciated. So that just happened the other day. That's recent new. That's new. So I was like, yo, all right, that's cool.
Nah, that is
Helped
cool,
out
bro.
with the rent.
Yo, that's what's up, man.
That was mad generous.
Nah, for real. Like I'm happy you got all those success stories like that where like people just like showing gratitude and showing appreciation, like that shit gets reciprocated. But you was talking about like you had some of those nightmares. The flip side,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
The flip side of the good shit, but there's some dumb shit out there that you've been through.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put this person on blast either. He's in my camp. Like he's a good brother. Uh-huh. I think sometimes we think with the head between our legs and not the head on our head. So, I mean, the head on our shoulders. So this guy, my man, he gets me a gig out in PA. I think this could have been during the pandemic. It was so like, whatever. He gets me a gig out in PA. And it's like with this lady that does these sexy lingerie shoots and all this other stuff, and it was short, like whatever. I would do it for $600, whatever.
Sound like
me, him, my other guy. Y'all can help me do it because to me it's like, all right, we'll build relationships. This wasn't what it was, yo. They gave me the only problem, the only hassle. They had like. I had into a little dispute with one of the models. Like she was like trying to boss me around to show me how to do like my job. Like it was just mad uncomfortable. But I'm happy I spoke up sooner than later with it. Like it was crazy because but it was like, yo, I'm gonna have to kind of put this lady in her place because number one, she's not the boss. She's like the talent, but she was kind of like stepping on my toes. But although they claimed this was supposed to be on 42nd Street, I don't think this ad never made 42nd Street. These was just like some unsatisfied people, and I was like, "Yo, you know what? Don't ever. Number one, don't think with the head between your legs ever again. Or make sure if your boys are putting you onto a job that they not thinking with the bigger like, pictures. I think he really liked this girl.
It had to.
And the funny thing is, she had a man. Like when we got there, like it was some crazy erotic like sex chamber lingerie
dominatrix shit.
Yeah, this lady was like she had blue. I don't even think she knew that she was black. Like she had blue contacts in her eyes, and she's like, "Yeah, but my family's from Great Britain and all this other stuff." I was like, "Yo, get me the hell up out of here! Get me the hell up out of here!"
Great Britain ass out of here.
Yeah, like they would.
So they were like doing the most, right?
They were doing the most, like for the little. And it's like I'm not a disrespectful person. I work with people. I compromise, but they just rubbed me the all the way wrong. Pause. Like, I was like,
nah, that was wild, boy.
I don't be jumping on every opportunity like that no more.
Was their setup fire though? Was it like this the setup?
Nah, it wasn't like this. It definitely wasn't like this. You know, I mean,
you're not a fan of padded leather?
Nah, they were bragging, yeah, condos. We got the condo and this and PA and all this other stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool, I get it. Like, but it wasn't like this. It didn't even feel like home. It was just like she was just like wanted to embellish.
She trying to glam shit up and just like try to put a facade more than it is like real shit, right?
Yeah, I should have known because you had blue eyes. You wasn't born with those eyes.
Where you coming from with this shit, right? Nah, like another thing that like I fuck with you is you always have your own type of fashion. Like I always see you with your shit, bro. Like yo, you be having like some of the dopest and some of like
thank you.
out of the box type of like fits.
You know what it is? I think I toned it down just a tad bit.
You did, for real.
But I think that my fitting and my like being slim all my life and sizing, that kind of was like because we all went through like the Wu-Tang era, super baggy, whatever, and that was cool. But then once I got older, it was also like, yo, I want to feel good and not. I don't want to be sweating if I don't have to.
Yeah.
But also, and I attested to kind of being like innovative and, you know, growing up poor. When I left Hunts Point, one of the first, I used to live in, there was a place for youth called Good Shepherd at the foyer. You had to apply to live there. And basically you would live downtown on 24th Street. And, whatever, you would pay rent then, you get the money back when you leave. It was like a cool setup for teens. When I lived downtown was the first time I started going shopping downtown and people actually gave you receipts and also told you, yo, you have 30 days to return this if you don't want it. On Southern Boulevard, they wasn't doing that.
Yo, it was 7 days and it's like an exchange. The money's staying there, bro.
I go buy jewelry and it'd be like a yellow receipt and you couldn't really read it. But
it's scribble.
Like, we didn't come from that. So I'm like, oh, snap.
Everybody trying to jerk us and shit up here.
Yeah, so that's probably what it was. Like, just finding stuff that was more fitting and also having options. I probably returned a lot of stuff too if I didn't really like it. You know?
I hear that shit. Yeah, man. So like, yo, man, like it's awesome having you here. I appreciate you having here. Like, yo, what kind of like words you have for the youth that you want to be able to like, you know, get them to inspire them or something? Like, you know, just like some advice that they could use that they could like, you know, to propel themselves or anything.
How many minutes do we have to the camera cut?
we got 5 minutes. 5 good minutes.
Seriously, 5?
We got 5 minutes.
I could talk a little bit.
Yeah, you got time. I
didn't want to just give no in and out.
Nah.
How about like
stay in school, right?
Yeah, stay in school, y'all. For the youth, I would definitely say trust your gut feeling, right? Trust your gut feeling. I would say first of all, take everything I say or what other people tell you with a grain of salt. Meaning, you know, take some of it, but you know, take some of the advice, apply some of it. But if it doesn't feel right, then you know, don't beat yourself up for it. We're coming out of a crazy pandemic these past years, and then also people have, you know, anxieties and other stuff that I felt like held me back for so long, and I just really couldn't pinpoint it, but it was a gut feeling. But I also missed out on so many opportunities, being bashful or having anxiety or needing some other kind of affirmation or reconfirmation of something that's already ordained with your name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is meant for you. Go out and get it. So there's so many opportunities that you don't want, you know, as a youth, that you don't want to pass by. And the younger you kind of foster your talent, the better you'll be when you're older. Like, you know, we probably all seen the videos of Steph Curry when he was mad young. You know, I think he had the little hoop in his house, but it's just the little stuff like that. Even like, you know, me with photography, you know, the video I have like from PBS City Arts, that just shows you, you know, like foster your talent, whatever it is, you know, go forward. And if your parents could help you, if they could recognize what that is and invest in you, appreciate that while they're there and while they're helping you. Because when you get an adult, sometimes you're on your own in life. So I would say, show up on time, show up your best self, show up, enthused, whether it's school or whether it's a job, show up ready to work. Like I know on Instagram or you get this, I probably done had mad jobs before I realized I didn't want to work again. Mm-hmm. I remember I worked probably like could have been 3 or 6 days because I know it was the weekends at the Bronx Zoo. The first day I got there, they told me they sent me to the store, like, yo, walk back to the store, get a razor and shave.
Oh my God. That was their thing?
I was like, I didn't even think I was that hairy. In hindsight, hair grow back like a motherfucker. But, it was just like certain things that kind of through experience, I figured out who I wanted to be. Not because of I seen something on Instagram and it said, yo, be an entrepreneur. It's cool. Don't work for nobody. No, work for somebody. Learn some things. Pick up some traits. See how things work in the corporate world. I would say, wear as many hats as possible. Learn how to do your own invoices. You want to be an artist, but learn the business side of it. Learn how to itemize, your receipts. Learn, how to create a LLC. Do so many things so that by the time, people want you to be prepared, you're running things like a well-oiled machine and it's just you. So I just tell the youth that be the best version of you. Soak up as much knowledge and experiences as possible. For sure. Don't let anybody get in your way. Don't let the haters, the naysayers, people who can't see the vision, do not let them infiltrate the system because they don't know what's at the end of that tunnel. And stay consistent. Consistency is definitely key. You could probably land, of course, like basketball, you taking shot. The shots you don't take is the chances you miss. You could probably land so many. I could have 100 photo shoots that I think are amazing, but it was probably 300 that I did in the learning process that to me they weren't so amazing, but the people appreciated it because I caught moments in life that they want to remember, or they can't relive, or they can't get back. So my learning process kind of was like an even exchange because I'm helping people store these memories, and I'm also learning I want to do this different. I want to buy a better kind of flash. I want to add more light next time. How do I do that? And I'm just learning. So trust the process. Learn. Water yourself, grow, absorb, be a fly on the wall, ask as many questions as possible, and trial and error, fail through experience, not what you see on the phone. So, like I said, grain of salt, but go out there and experience and learn why you may not like something or learn why something may not work for you or work for you. And excel. Let's excel.
Bro, that was beautifully said.
I said a lot.
Yo, that was poetic, bro.
No.
Yo, Joe, that was awesome, man. Yo, I appreciate you because you just give me some shit and I'm here listening like it's for them. I'm like, that's for us.
I'm trying to.
You're doing it for us.
I said 30 seconds of something in that 5 minutes or whatever.
Bro,
thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Yo, man, I can't wait to have you back here again.
I'm coming back.
So we're gonna have.
You need me to bring people here. Let's do it. Like any kind of person, I'll shoot you the info, and that I think fits the criteria. Like positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is fire.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, bro.
Love.
Yo, Don J, been a pleasure, yo. This has been awesome. Yo, you heard it here first. That was awesome stuff right there. Yeah, I got nothing after that. I got nothing. I'll shut my ass up and just cut that shit out. Yo, guys, you already know. Let's excel. Peace.
Excel. Yeah. Fire.